Back in Canton, Ohio, Hall of Fame game day culminating a great week for 7 inductees into the Hall of Fame. Fawcett Stadium, the Bears playing the Cleveland Browns in tribute to these 7 inductees who were enshrined earlier today. Sellout crowd here at Fawcett Stadium. So let's take a look at them. 6 great players, 1 pretty good player, and a great coach. Let's meet them. The former Purdue All-American Bob Griese was a first-round pick of the Miami Dolphins in 1967. Taking over the controls as a rookie, Bob eventually became the only quarterback to start 3 consecutive Super Bowls, and he was a 6-time Pro Bowler. In 1971, he was the NFL's Player of the Year. Known as the thinking man's quarterback, he called his own plays and was an on-field extension of head coach Don Shula. Today, Bob's businesses include television work as ABC's college football analyst alongside Keith Jackson.
You know, my son is sitting down there, my 3 sons, but the youngest one is the wisest one. I think since he and I are home together now, he kind of needles me like I needle him. And he often told me that one of the things I'm remembered for most are my glasses. And my glasses have been in here for 10 years. And he says, Dad, that's as close as you're ever going to get to the Hall of Fame. In your face, Brian. Any lesson to be learned from me going into the NFL Hall of Fame, it's to the young people, and that is, you don't have to be the biggest or the strongest or the fastest or the quickest or the prettiest to be successful. As long as you have desire and determination, you have heart, you have some intelligence, and you have some persistence, and you're consistent, and yes, maybe if you're stubborn, you can be successful and be successful in life. Thank you all very much, and God bless.
Bob Griese is going to join us up here in the booth, and Bob, the 3 of us are just going to leave, and you can finish this baby off.
I'll let you guys handle this one.
Even Keith says he's not showing up for the rest of the game.
No more.
A real bonbonner.
Anything but. On 3rd and 8, the inside handoff is Scott Williams, who takes it to the 19, and our colleague Bob Griese, one of the inductees today, in Hall of Fame.
And congratulations, Bob.
Thank you, Frank. It's a great honor. As you know, you've been here, and you know, this is something that I never expected growing up in Evansville, Indiana. I was more concerned about winning the high school game or getting a home run or pitching in the little leagues, and then never thought I'd go to college. Got a scholarship and then went on to Purdue, and then the #1 draft choice. It just happened. You know, it's been great. It's been very embarrassing. I mean, I'd much rather give than receive.
Well, I thought you made a great point, Bob, when you talked about your being in the Hall of Fame, a great lesson and a message to kids out there who aren't necessarily the biggest or the strongest or the fastest of their peers.
Well, that's exactly what you're looking at when you see me in the NFL Hall of Fame. I was not a Staubach. I was not a Bradshaw that could carry a team. But there are other ways to win. You know, if you have the desire and determination and the heart and the will for it, and if you're stubborn and you keep going after it, you know, you can be successful. There's more than one way to do it.
Yeah, there certainly is, and you're a great example of that. The thinking man's quarterback. I love the story about the glasses. And, boy, very aggressive with your kids here, huh?
A lot of people
in your face.
A lot of people thought, Bob, you were going to be the one to emotionally kind of get caught up in this. You actually had a good time up there.
Well, you know, the people have been great all week, Frank, as you know. Pete Elliott and his staff, Tammy Owens does a great job. The whole staff, they all put together a great event, and you know, my wife died 2.5 years ago, and she wanted to be here. My mother thought that I should be in the Hall of Fame the day I hung them up, you know.
Sure.
But they vote with their hearts and not their heads. So it was good to remember Judy and my father, who died very young. But they were here in spirit. You know, they've got a better seat than we do. And if this was a euphoric moment, they have these kinds of moments every day. So, you know, it's really special.
Bob, you had to be very special, too, to Don Shula for him to leave just before he has an inter-squad scrimmage, I think, tonight or tomorrow, and be here as your presenter.
Well, you're right, Frank. That made it even more special. I had a lot of family and a lot of friends here, but the fact that Don Shula took the time to come all the way up here. You know, he's just been great. His family, his kids are great. But as I said, he's a very successful man and has a lovely family. But the person behind that whole family is Dorothy, and she is the one.
I guess maybe what would really be representative of your career is if we could get Zonka and Kick and Paul Warfield and some of that tremendous offensive team you were with, and play a little scrim down here on the field. Maybe a long play action to Warfield might symbolize your career.
Well, that would be great. Establish the run, pick them apart, get Warfield deep, and let it go.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the Bears come up short on this drive. It's 4th down. Bob, when do you go back to work? You got a big schedule.
We go back to work the first week of September. We've got Oklahoma at UCLA, and then the following week we've got Penn State at USC. And looking forward to working with Keith again this year. He's got his golf game in shape, but now that the season's going to start, I'm probably going to put the clubs away and get to work.
Is this the 4th year that you and Keith will have been together?
4th season, and what a great guy.
Oh.
You know, Keith, we have a lot of fun, but he's the best.
Who wins on the golf course?
There ain't no question. He does.
He's right down. He's single-digit handicap,
for sure.
Ray Tarassi to attempt the field goal. This is a 42-yard attempt at the end of this Chicago drive. And he adds 3 more with about 9 minutes to play in the game.
Your colleague might say, what a barn burner we have here.
Nope, definitely not in this game.
We burned all the barns. You probably, I don't know whether you played in this game, Bob. Did you have a chance to play in it?
We played in it, and it wasn't a very exciting game, just like it is here today.
Lead us to commercial, Mr. Griese.
Yes, sir. We'll be right back after these messages.
Good
Good
go
away.